Hello there, and welcome back to more Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Last time, we got our ass absolutely handed to us by Seeker there, because apparently the game just decided to just make me brick. So, this time we are going to beat this first try. We might not. Point is, we're gonna try. Okay, so. Yeah, it makes sense for him to want to go second. Okay, so. I'm going to set Time Seal down. And then I'm also going to set Alpha the Magnet Warrior. So, end my turn. I'm going to wait to activate a Time Seal. Okay, Graceful Charity. Pot of Duality. He's probably going to go for Graceful Charity. Our left arm of the Forbidden One, since that's what his AI script is telling him. Okay. Gonna draw. So, I'm going to Tribute Summon for the Summon Skull. Alright. Now I'm going to attack, just, be aggressive as the game is telling me. There we go. Now I'm going to end my turn, but on my end phase, I'm going to activate Time Seal. Reckless Greed. Fair enough. At least I made it so that he... Okay, he's probably going to go for Dark Hole unless his AI is telling him to go for the Forbidden One card. Okay. Of course. Thankfully, I have Spell Shattering Arrow, which I'm going to activate right now. Now, I'm going to summon Gazelle. Now, as you saw from last part, he can summon monsters that will make it so that if I attack them, then I would take double damage. So, but I'm still going to risk it. Thankfully, it worked out there. But yeah, as due to card's effect, draw phase was skipped. Wait, what? Oh! Oh, Time Seal just makes it so that they can't do anything. Well, as I said, first try. Geez, no wonder that card's banned. Yeah, that's game. Geez, that Time Seal was really, really lucky. If I would have known that, I would have said it. Yeah, you won! I'm taking Joey's Red Eyes and your Locator card. I lost. I failed. Forgive me, Master. I tried my best. No, don't be angry. Ah! The Yugi, that lay wacko's lost his mind. Remember me, Pharaoh? Actually, perhaps you don't. You were trapped in the puzzle when I dueled little Yugi. Congratulations on defeating my rare hunter, though he was the weakest duelist in my crew. My other minions will prove far much more formidable. Yug, what's with this freak show? Pharaoh, I've waited for you for years. Finally, after all this time, I will destroy you. I will not let my other rare hunters fail like this one. I have little time for his kind of foolishness, so I've taken over his body and trapped his mind in the Shadow Realm. I am in control. How did you control him? Each of the Millennium items contains its own unique power. So mind control is a simple task with my Millennium Rod. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Merrick. Merrick, what is it you want from me, Merrick? That should be a question mark at the end there. I want what belongs to me, and I'll be taking it using the strength of the millennia of the Egyptian god cards. Egyptian what? Millennia ago, a trio of powerful behemoths rampaged throughout in ancient Egypt. These Egyptian god monsters spread destruction throughout the entire world until the pharaoh sealed them away for eternity. But when Pegasus created Duel monsters, he resurrected these mighty beasts as cards. With these Egyptian gods, I will destroy you and claim the power I deserve. You'll never claim the Millennium Puzzle. You misunderstood. I want more than the power of the puzzle. I want the Pharaoh's power, the boundless energy of the ancient ruler himself. With it, no one will stand in my way. I'll use the almighty magic I gained to conquer and lead the world. I will be unstoppable. The time is near, Merrick. It's my world now. Not yet, Merrick. I'm beginning to understand why Ishizu asked me to participate in Battle City. It's my destiny to stand between you and the evil powers you seek, and I will. Pharaoh, your days are numbered. Enjoy the game while you still can, because your reign is coming to an end. Man, that was weird. I knew that guy was a big creep, but who knew he was just a front for another creep. Here, Joey, take your red eyes back. You hold on to it. It's mine. It isn't mine to take, pal. You want it fair and square. Besides, the rare hunters who've collected tons of rare cards. Their decks are souped up, so I know they're going to be tough to beat, even for you. You've always had my back, so it's time I helped you for a change. That's why I want you to keep my red eyes. I know it's going to come in handy for you sometime. And besides, this means a part of me will be a part of your deck. It's kind of cool knowing I'm helping you save the world. Don't get me wrong, I'm still in the contest because I still have the rare card requirement recovered. Red Eyes wasn't the only rare card in my deck. You gave me another rare card way back when I started playing Duel monsters, remember? The Time Wizard. Yep, it bailed me out of jams at Duelist Kingdom, and I know it's gonna save my butt in Battle City. Man, I can't read. You know, when you think about it, both of our hearts are in our decks. We're a team. I'm a gambler, and you're actually good at the game. I like Joey, don't get me wrong. We'll whoop this Merrick creep and his rare hunter goon squad so hard they won't know what hit them. They'll be sorry they ever messed with us. Thanks, Joey. I'll take good care of your red eyes. You're a true friend, Joey, and together we can take on any evil that comes our way. Aw, that was so sweet. I hate sweet. I ordered Joey to take pictures of Spider-Man, but anyway. I'm an idiot. So yeah, we're now going to do this challenge right here. Knowing that he has Time Seal though, that's going to make this a little bit harder. Okay, so I honestly just need the right arm now, I think. I'll set this. Yeah, I just need the left arm now. That's scary. That could very well be Time Seal. Oh, well. That's fine. Yeah, what makes this duel really, really scary is the fact that at any point he can just play Time Seal and that'll just be it for me. I'm honestly just gonna keep summoning to bolster my defenses. The only time I'm not going to summon is if I happen to see, like, you know, a card face down. Okay, he's going to add Gazelle. I thought that would summon Skull for a second there. It's a good thing it wasn't. I'm going to set Reckless Greed here, but I'm not going to activate it. Not unless he uses Time Seal or you know, just any other card. I don't want to risk bricking myself. Because if I just use these cards at the most inopportune time, I'm basically screwed. Okay, Light Force Sword. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Graceful Charity here. Pot of Duality, nice. Oh no. I'm going to get rid of Reckless Greed, and I'm also going to get rid of Graceful Charity. Okay, that was the right decision. So, yeah, just gonna get this and win the game. There we go. I really like this animation. So yeah. Okay, so with the next duel coming up, I feel like I should actually just I'm just gonna check. Okay, yeah. So with the next duel coming up, I feel like I should mention that there's actually a duel that happened before this in the anime. It's a duel where Joey faces a psychic user. And that is where he gets a card known as Jinzo, which becomes a staple card in his deck. And I can't think of a reason why they decide to exclude this duel since Joey's, you know, getting it. I feel like it's an important duel because Joey's just getting another staple card and a staple archetype in his deck, and it just feels weird to exclude that. But, hey, that being said, we're going to have Dark Magician versus Dark Magician. As the Battle City tournament continued, Merrick learned that the Egyptian god card he was seeking had been played. Obelisk the Tormentor has been played? Yes, moments ago in Battle City, and we've identified the card's owner. Seto Kaiba. Of course. How did you know, sir? It's quite simple. My sister Shizu conspires against me. She gave Kaiba that card to stop me, so I should have known that Shizu was behind this whole tournament. She used the Millennium Necklace to foresee the events of Battle City. Shizu knew that if she gave Obelisk the Tormentor to Kaiba, he'd throw a tournament out of greed to obtain the other Egyptian god cards. Sir, should I order a team of rare hunters to pay Kaiba a little visit? No, leave Kaiba to his games. First, I'll need to weaken the Pharaoh. Dispatch Arcana to take down Yugi Moto. Later in the Battle City tournament, a strange clown lured Yugi to a secret lair with dangerous contraptions. Well, if it's the dangerous contraptions I'm thinking of, then I need to get my mind out of the gutter, but Greetings, Yukimoto. I am the illusionist known as Arcana, and soon your favorite card, Dark Magician, will be dueling from me. Only a true master of illusion deserves to hold a Dark Magician. You will never understand its full power. That's enough, Arcana. I know it must be hard to think of your favorite card in another Duelist deck. Well, I challenge you to a duel. The winner will take the loser's Dark Magician. And I accept. You must know that when a duelist builds his deck, he chooses his favorites from many different types of cards. And sometimes a card can choose a duelist. The two are connected, and the duelist can tap into the card's true power. Because each is bound by the heart of the cards, and the Dark Magician has chosen me. Enough. Let's shuffle our decks and let the show begin. Yeah, so this is a duel of Dark Magician versus Dark Magician. And gonna give you a bit of a fun fact because we are unfortunately not gonna see it here. And I waited until now to mention this little bit of criticism I had. And the unfortunate fact is that there are no alternate art of cards that you can unlock. The card art you see is the card art you basically get. And in the actual anime, there is a different art for Dark Magician. And I think that it looks really, really, well, not really, really cool. I just think it looks, yeah, kind of cool. Stuff like that, to see Dark Magician in different robes, different sort of colors, a different color scheme and whatnot. And I just wish that you could unlock that alternate art for Dark Magician, or just any alternate arts for any cards. And just choose what your favorite alternate art is. I just think that it's so disappointing that you can't select the alt arts. There are other alt arts of Dark Magician Girl here. In fact, this is the first appearance of Dark Magician Girl that you will see. And I prefer the other alt arts to this one. And again, it's just a shame that you can't choose the art that you want with your cards. Just wanted to point that out. But anyway, yeah. As you can see right here, Red Eyes has become a part of Yugi's deck, so we can use it to summon Black Skull Dragon. If we have Blue Eyes, Red Eyes Black Dragon, and summon Skull in our hand, as well as Polymerization. So I'm going to attack Mystic Tomato here. Mystic Tomato's effect is going to activate. Basically what Arcana plays is a burn deck, but with Dark Magician as sort of window dressing. Okay, fair enough. Basically his deck is just a burn deck, but it just happens to have Dark Magician. I'm going to set Alpha. Personally, I think that was incredibly small brain, but hey. Let's see, Magical Doll of Demise, let's see. Alright. So, let's see here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice my Alpha to summon Dark Magician Girl. And yeah, Dark Magician Girl has a special animation. I'm actually gonna attack Dark Doll of Demise instead of Mystic Tomato, since Mystic Tomato will just, get a monster special summoned anyway, so there's really no point in attacking it anyway. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to set this. a mystical wrath panel. And then I'm going to summon Feral Imp. Next, I am going to attack Mystic Tomato with Feral Imp. Another Mystic Tomato is going to be summoned, but instead I'm going to attack his face down. It's so that he won't be able to have two monsters on the field, since I'm pretty sure he has Dark Magician in his hand. What does that do? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just going to attack again. He's going to get the effect off, Edgelord. Let's see. Well, this is the only monster on the field. Okay, so basically its effect wouldn't go off because of Dark Magician Girl. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to summon Beta. And then I am going to attack the face down with Dark Magician Girl. Okay, so as for the reason why this effect didn't go off, it's because the player has to physically flip summon it. And with flip effects, it just has to be flipped up, whereas this actually physically has to be flip summoned for it to be, special summoned. So yeah, just a little thing to be mindful of. Soul Exchange. Crap. I'm going to tribute Beta to summon Dark Magician Girl again. I don't know if there's a way to turn those animations off, that's the only thing, or at least skip them. Either way, they're so short and inconsequential to the point where it doesn't matter too much. Ah, I see. Well, I dealt 3,000 damage, so that's pretty good. I'm going to activate D-Spell here, and get rid of Ectoplasm. Nobody uses D-Spell, by the way. Kinda not a good card, in my opinion. Yeah, then you're gonna activate your effect. Okay, so that's 1,700. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, so there are two. So, yeah, it's just not worth activating right now. Seems like I'm gonna be forced to activate Swords of Revealing Light here. Yeah, and it wasn't flip summoned, it was just flipped over with Swords of Revealing Light, so that's why that card didn't activate. But, yeah. The unfortunate thing is that still didn't save me. In fact, he can just keep on, using effect damage. But, hey, I summoned a monster now, so, yeah. Gazelle, the king of mythical beasts. No. No. Let's see. Okay, it's gonna use Monster Reborn for Dark Doll of Demise, that's fine. Alright, so I'm just gonna make sure that I'm reading this card correctly. Okay, so on the field or in the graveyard, one spellcaster monster gains 1,000 attack on the field. This turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response. Okay. Are unaffected by... Okay, okay. So so it is actually worth summoning Dark Magician Girl here. So, I'm going to attack Dark Doll of Demise there. Well, I'm gonna say no to that. A Mystical Wrath panel, why not? So yeah, that'll basically make it so whatever I take, he will take instead. Going to summon Big Shield Garden in defense mode. And because of Dark Magic Expanded, like... Huh? Oh. Shoot. Well, Dark Magician Girl unfortunately is getting negated. Looks like he was still able to use Fiendish Chain on me. Yeah, sorry Dark Magician Girl, but I kinda can't use you right now. Let's see, so if this attack goes through, I win the game, but as you can see right here, when I sacrificed Dark Magician Girl, Fiendish Chain still stayed on the field. Well, that's because the monster wasn't destroyed by it, it was just tributed. And as such, it stays on the field as a dead card. So yeah, basically, if the conditions for it leaving the field haven't been fulfilled because, you know, the monster was just tributed, not destroyed. Weird rulings like that, but basically, I just think it's weird. There are a lot of weird, goofy rulings in Yu-Gi-Oh! That I still don't fully understand or grasp. Like the aforementioned targeting rule that I will get to later. But at least with that one, it kinda makes a bit of sense because the monster on the field technically wasn't destroyed. It just left the field due to natural circumstances. So, I mean, I guess I can let that pass, but other stuff I can't. Like, again, we'll go more into that later. This can't be. There's no way you could have defeated me, Yugi. I'm the greatest magician the world has ever known. You relied on trickery to win instead of trusting and respecting the heart of the cards. Arcana is gone, so we meet again, little Yugi. I'm sure I need no introduction. Show your face to me, Merrick, you coward. I'll reveal myself to you when the time is right, and no sooner. Once I obtain what's mine, and you know exactly what I want. The unlimited power of the ancient pharaoh, the spirit that lives within your puzzle. Tell me why you want the pharaoh's power. Because it's rightfully mine. Oh, excuse me. And once I have it, I will be unstoppable. The world will belong to me, and no one will stand in the way of my destiny, especially not you. Oh yeah? Just watch me, Merrick. Listen, little Yugi, my family has enslaved for centuries. Oh. My family has slaved for centuries protecting the tomb of the fair. Yeah. I'm gonna try reading this again. Sorry, I'm a terrible reader. Listen, little Yugi, my family has slaved for centuries protecting the tomb of the pharaoh until his return. And for what? I should be the pharaoh. Never. You won't get the power of the pharaoh, and I'll make sure of that. Ha, we'll see about that. My destiny can't be stopped. Don't you see? It's only a matter of time. The 3 Egyptian god cards, along with your Millennium Puzzle, will all belong to me. Then I'll strip the Then I'll strip the Pharaoh of his ancient powers and infuse them within myself. Merrick, you'll never defeat me in a duel, and you'll never get your greedy hands on my puzzle. I promise you by the sands of Egypt, the Pharaoh's power will be mine. Another one of my mind slaves is already in Battle City waiting to defeat you and take your puzzle, and he holds an Egyptian god card. And what is the name of the card? Beware the Quiet One. We'll meet again, Yugi. Okay. So that's that. Notice how I didn't get the signature card there. Like, usually when you win a duel, you'll get, you know, the signature card. Well, his signature card happens to be Dark Magician. And if you've been doing everything like I have been, then you should already have 3 Dark Magician already. So yeah, and so yeah, that's it. In fact, if you just keep on just doing what I did earlier, just doing a duel and surrendering, you'll eventually get all the cards that they had that they would potentially use in their deck, and then after that you can no longer obtain any cards from you know, these duels. I think that that's actually really cool, a cool way of trying to grind for all the cards, as well as getting currency. But that being said, let's continue on. Okay, so I'm gonna be going second. Shock of all shocks, I know. Let's see. Yep, so right here, Dark Magician. Well, if you want to mill yourself out, go ahead, Yugi. Let's see, what's Infected Male? Once per turn, you can target 1 level 4 monster you control. It can attack your opponent directly this turn, but send it... Okay. I'm going to play Infected Male and Plasma and Ectoplasm. Then I'm going to set my card. Now I know what you're thinking. Why are you setting it? Won't it be sacrificed? This says tribute 1 face-up monster. Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, okay, dude. I'm just going to set my card here. And then I'm going to sacrifice Gazelle for burn damage. Yeah, unfortunately, his Mystical Wrath... Well, unfortunately for him, his Mystical Wrath panel will only activate for, you know, him. Or will only activate if I'm actually playing a card that does effect damage. Neat little quirk that I like. You know, unless it's being used against me, in which case, well, yeah, that's dumb. So, I think right now what I'm going to do is, I'm just gonna... Okay. He's going to summon his Dark Magician. That's fine. D-spell. Shoot. Yeah, Jester Lord won't get his effect, but that doesn't matter. It's its original attack, though. That's the only unfortunate thing. I think I'm actually going to end my turn here. I'm going to eat big damage, unfortunately, but as long as he doesn't draw a monster. He didn't draw a monster, or at least one that he could use. So he's going to be forced to tribute his Dark Magician. Okay. Next, I am going to just set, and then I'm going to summon Edgelord. Because Edgelord is the only monster on the field, it gains 6,000 attack, and as long as he doesn't have anything to stop this, yeah, that's game. And, yeah, I unlocked the signature card, Dark Magician Girl, so, yeah. Honestly, I think before I end this part, I'm going to try and, like, I'm just basically just gonna buy cards. If you want to skip this part, go ahead, but, like, I feel like I should, like, mention what my plan is going to be for, how I'm going to be doing the challenge duels. I know that I should explain that later, but while we're here right now, I'm going to just, you know, explain it right now. Basically, what I'm going to be doing for the challenge duels is, basically just something to both challenge myself for... I'm doing this to both challenge myself and also so that I don't end up just steamrolling through the campaigns. I feel like if I just don't put this limitation on myself, then I'll just, like, create a deck that just OTKs, and it's not really fun or entertaining to watch. So here are the self-imposed rules I set for myself for when I create a deck to use in the duel challenges. Rule number 1, I'm allowed to use banned cards, but I can only have one copy of that banned card. So I'm allowed to have, like, one Pot of Greed, but only one Pot of Greed. Okay, next rule. I have to keep the archetypes pure. Generic cards like Sangan, because of them being universal, are allowed to be used in every single deck, but I can't, like, you know, use, like, a card like Harpy's Feather Duster, or, like, a card like this right here in, like, Elemental Heroes, for example. It's because it's considered to be a Gaia the Fierce Knight card or a Blackluster Soldier card. So I can't use this. So, yeah, basically keep the archetypes pure. And also, Harpy's Feather Duster, I'm not allowed to use that either, since I consider it to be a Harpy card. Because, you know, it literally has the name Harpy in there, so, yeah. The only archetypes that I'm allowed to include in the deck, that I'm allowed to use during my duel challenges, have to be from the packs from the series. So, for example, Alexis Rose here gives me Cyber Angels. I'm not allowed to use the Cyber Angel archetype when I do the original series duel challenges. So, you know, just something I should point out. But, you know, obviously I'm allowed to just use generic cards from the Alexis Rose pack in, you know, Dark Magician, for example. So, yeah. And after I finish the campaign, I have to immediately jump into the duel challenges. So that's why I'm, you know, I'm working hard to just pull these cards from, you know, from the Yugi Moto pack, because there are a lot of decks that I want to make and show off. And, yeah. Basically, those are going to be the self-imposed rules that I just make on myself. Again, this is 100% for the purposes of me not steamrolling. Because let's be honest, if I didn't add these rules, I would honestly just, like, make an OTK deck with, like, 6 Samurai, for example, and then I would just OTK, 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 and it would not be very entertaining to watch. And there are going to be some exceptions to these, honestly, because, like, I'm currently asking my Discord group what they are thinking about just, you know, me being allowed to use certain cards in my decks. So yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting because I'm going to be limited by the amount of cards I'm actually allowed to make my decks out of. Since there are going to be certain cards that would definitely fit into, let's say, a Dark Magician deck, but that are in these other packs here, but I can't, but according to these rules that I set upon myself, I won't be allowed to use them. Because, I have to immediately jump into the campaign, so it's definitely going to be interesting when I get to the duel challenges. I haven't started making my decks yet, as you can see, but I'm actually going to start making the decks that I fully intend on using for the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series duel challenges. And, I'm going to be trying to show off as many decks as I can. It's definitely going to be an interesting sort of challenge. But that being said, that's it for this part of Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. The next part in Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist is going to be playing with a parasite. See you guys then.